other issue is, I will tell you, every company is organizational specific.
Hmm.
There's no cookie cutter, though the 80/20 rule applies.
Yeah.
Okay. And so most of the time I'm seeing the same kind of stuff happen, but sometimes there's little tweaks. And so the other thing you're really running into is just what are the root causes within that specific organization that's creating it. And it's just all kinds of things. I mean, it can be a million different things, right? In that particular company, one of the things I always thought was interesting. So we had all kinds of these pickup trucks, and you see these pickup trucks that have the boxes on the back end. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they don't have a bed; they have a bunch of boxes because they got a bunch of tools in there. That's what
Sure.
we had. So
Ah,
these guys were driving these trucks basically from their home, and if they had to go by the office, they would. But a lot of times they were going directly to the plant. Okay.
yeah.
And so um, what they were bringing that truck home, and we had a CEO, actually the CEO who promoted me.
Yeah.
I found out, that was the old thing. So much of what happens comes from the CEO down. And he had
Mm.
this thing about keeping these trucks forever
Oh.
and spending a ton of money on them, on
Oh no.
repairs and maintenance. We're losing jobs because the guys can't get to it's driving them crazy because they're not making money when they're standing on the side of the road. We're
Yeah.
not making any money. And so I did some calculations and everything. It turned out that we could lease brand new trucks for pretty much what
Mm.
we were spending on all the maintenance that
Oh,
we were, and
nice.
just completely eliminate all of the downtime. Okay. And so what we ended up doing was the next thing you knew, had brand new trucks. Now, how if you were one of our employees, how would you respond to that? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. That's
talk about
beautiful.
engagement, and see, here's another big issue that I get into is engagement. Think
Yep.
about the two things we've already talked about, and if that was happening for you, would you be engaged?
Yeah,
Oh, heck yeah, you would.
absolutely.
The company's looking out for me. Clark's looking out for me.
Yeah.
They want me up there, and
Yeah,
I
it's
want
really
to be there.
motivating. It's
Right.
motivating. You get a new vehicle and you're
Yeah.
not staying on the road anymore. I mean, it shows that they care about you and then that
Yeah.
motivates you to do your best.
And see, there's another thing that I'm a little different. I'm not your typical HR guy
Mm,
because your typical HR guy, for one thing, he would never be able to do the calculations I did to come up
hmm.
with value pathing. They wouldn't have been able to come up with the way to figure out about the lease vehicles. But
Hmm.
the other thing is look at employee engagement.
Yeah.
If you've never done this, go to the Gallup polling people. Go
Oh
to their
yes, Gallup.
website.
Yep.
They have a graph that's a flat line for employee engagement for the last 30 or 40 years. Okay.
Huh.
And it's the reason why it's a flat number is because
Wow.
HR people are running engagement, and they've been told by the professional HR people, the SHRM, on how to engage people. And it's not happening.
No, no.
It's not happening. Engagements. Okay, so we're spending trillions of dollars a year all over the world. We're spending all kinds of time and effort and all that kind of thing, and our engagement's flat for the last 40 years.
Right.
That tells you we're on the wrong path.
It
Uh,
does. And it just goes to show that someone like you is thinking not just outside the box, but like way outside the box. And
right,
people in HR, they're probably thinking from the mindset of not how can I add value to the company by making the employees feel more valued. They're thinking, I just want to keep this job for as long as possible. So they're
right,
probably thinking, well, we tried this, it didn't work. We tried that, didn't work. Just keeps flatlining, but I'm doing my job. I'm showing up 9 to 5, but
right,
they're not doing anything because the whole structure is not built that way for them to
right,
be answerable to value adding. They're just going through the motions.
right. Well,